Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Alright, welcome everybody again to Rap Diaries, where we discuss all things rap, music, and music industry. This is season 1, episode 3, entitled Thrshr. We are your hosts. I'm Chris L. Sucio.
I'm J.K.Forreal.
And we're going to introduce some people tonight.
Not introduce people, but we're gonna make a little introduction of a project that me and Sucio have been working on. The name of the project is Radioactive Frequency. So me and Sucio, we've been working on this. We've been working on an album. I guess it was like middle of last year, more or less.
I want to say May was the first song we recorded.
Yeah, so May of last year, that was the first song. And we've just been kind of knocking out tracks like left and right. And it's getting to a point where it's making it tough to like decide what songs are going to be on the album because we have a lot. But Radioactive Frequency, coming up with the name and everything. I don't know if we need to get into all that right now. It's kind of
Maybe you want to,
but I guess I brought it up.
I mean, you did bring it up. Might as well.
So Radioactive Frequency, think about radioactive is kind of like, think of like activity on the radio, right?
Active on the radio.
Like how active we are on the radio. So hopefully that will increase. And if you think of frequency, how frequently we're active on the radio, it kind of works in that way. But also if you think about music, frequencies and all that. So
sound is frequency. So
yeah, there it is. That's the name of the project. We're gonna start posting stuff on the social media sites and everything to kind of prepare for our first single, which is going to be coming out. I don't know if we should tell them yet. We'll make it build the suspense and everything.
Maybe not that. Should we tell them the album name?
Yeah, we can tell them that. I don't know.
Or wait for that.
Let's make them wait. All right,
yeah. Make them wait then.
Yeah. So we're going to be we'll say this. We're going to be releasing a single next month. We started working on the music video for it, this past week, and
it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be it's coming out real nice so far. So we probably got 1 or 2 more shoots left to get all the footage and stuff. But just be on the lookout. We'll follow us, follow Radioactive Frequency on Facebook, on Instagram. On YouTube, we'll have a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, be on the lookout for all that.
Put those links in the description.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the description for
Got
sure.
It.
But yeah, so Radioactive Frequency, be on the lookout for that. Sucio and me were making some moves, and it's gonna be the music is fire. It's gonna be. I know we're biased, but.
No. We're already turning heads, man. People...
Yeah, for sure. So be on the lookout.
Yeah. And so, we'll just keep moving then. You want to talk about building a following?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is something I was thinking about because I was reading this book on the music industry, and they were saying the importance of having an email list. I know that it's really common for everyone to say, follow me on my socials and stuff like that. But the socials are owned by whoever owns the social media companies. So if for whatever reason they, get banned or go out of business or whatever, then you lose access to all those fans through that social media. But email is forever. So if you can get your fans to sign up for an email list, give them some perks, some giveaways, some personal messages or something like that, just make them want to sign up for the email list. Don't spam them, of course. But that's how you're going to get your true fans also. So yeah, followers are cool, but definitely when you're at shows, definitely try and get them to sign up for an email list. Maybe you got like some merch. I don't know. Maybe
Give
some
them
little,
like a button or something.
give them like a button, a sticker. Something. Just anything. People are like, oh, that was tight. I mean, they're giving me a free sticker. I'll sign up my email real quick.
Yeah, for sure. And you can probably even double down. I know like this is getting away from social media, but like you can like double down where you make like a sticker or a button with your social media and like links to your website and everything. That's a whole other thing too, is like having a website too.
Website.
Yeah, website is important. That's something we gotta start thinking about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
same thing. Your website is your website. Social media can't take that down.
Yeah, until the world shuts down and we lose power and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Let's hope not in our lifetime.
Yeah, the power will come back on. Somebody will fix it.
Nah, but I agree though. Definitely making an email list, having like a sign up list or something, or nowadays with the QR codes, you can just have a QR code set up that goes to like a form or something that they can fill out. Or
your Cash App you can set up and be like, hey, you want to donate something? You can scan your Cash App card. Also, if you're on Spotify, they have a thing where you can support the artist now. So you can link up your Cash App account or whatever it is to your Spotify. So people listen to your music and they just want to throw you some money, you know.
Word.
They can just Cash App you. So I found out about that, so that's cool.
So once we get our music out, you got to and I guess with the album too, like it's a collab album. We both have our own music that we're working on as well, but the album that we're putting out is going to be a collab album, just to kind of backtrack a little bit.
Right, just so they know.
But yeah, work on building that following. I know we're going to talk more later about building a following as well. Even more, but cool. So you hit me up earlier this week, man. You told me about Dame Dash, man. What's going on with him?
So I have an idea for a new segment called Hip Hop Gossip.
You gotta figure out a sample for it.
Yeah, we have to come up with a sample or something. But I got this article to a Newsbreak app, and I thought that it's important to show like about how people chase money and the consequences of that, and how people think that money is forever, which it can be. But the article was that Dame Dash got sued by a filmmaker, and all of his Rockefeller shares are going up on auction. So he will no longer be an owner of Rockefeller. That happens. Jay-Z has tried to interject, but it doesn't look like it's happening. And also, he's saying that he's just falling on some hard times. And you think, like, Rockefeller, I mean, he had to have been worth some millions, some hundreds of millions, something at least. And then to just, like, basically lose it all, whatever that looks like to him. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to be, like, homeless or anything, but he's like, I guess there's like rich broke is where he would be. But like artists, people, especially people who have never had money, they get a lot of money, they spend it like it's gonna last forever, and you gotta be careful, because especially as an entertainer, you just never know. So yeah, definitely try to diversify your bonds and stuff like that. I'm not a financial advisor by any means.
Don't sue.
Nor should I be giving out any advice. So if you do have an interest in that, definitely find yourself a good financial advisor.
I thought reading that article, I thought one thing that was interesting was like Jay-Z and Rockefeller was trying to push back against it.
Save his
saying
shares.
that like no one can really like give up their shares without the approval of the board of directors of Rockefeller.
Right.
And that just kind of shows you that that's a whole corporation. Like that's not just like it's a whole big thing. So, having that board of directors, you know, it kind of puts everything to another level. So,
yeah, big money, big. I don't want to say problems, but
More money, more problems.
More money, more problems. Not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Yeah, but I think it seems like that's not going to work. The whole them fighting back against it doesn't look like it's going to work out, but kind of stinks. They said, I remember in an article it said he can he can buy the shares if he wants. It was like
buy his shares
he
back.
He can bid for it and buy them, but he's probably going to be paying more than what they're worth or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the numbers look like, but
if he has the money to buy him back.
Yeah, it's true.
But one thing I have heard though is if you see yourself as a rich person, you'll be rich again.
Yeah, for sure. If you got there once, you can get there again.
Yeah.
So
it's not like it's the end of him.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back.
So best of luck to Dame Dash and Rockefeller. Good luck.
I just wanted to I wasn't trying to like gossip as and like talk bad about him, but I just think it's important of just how we see money, like how we see our favorite artists throwing money and all that stuff, and it looks like they got so much money it's gonna last forever, and you just never know.
For sure.
The book I was reading was like, take your earnings for 2 years and then spread them out over the next 40 years or something like that. Because of like the life term of like the average artist. So you just gotta think about it like that. I mean, you just never know. Definitely just keep doing it for the love.
For sure.
And there's other ways, to make money. Like Jay-Z's not a billionaire just from rapping. You got Rockefeller, you got all that stuff. Asa.
You got Beyonce.
You got Beyonce. Damn. He's out here drinking Ace of Spades out of Grammys. You got to put in that work to get on that level.
Yeah. Takes time.
Yeah, man. Well, that was all I wanted to say about that, just to bring up another issue.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
Cool, man. So that wraps up hip-hop gossip.
Yeah.
Our hip-hop gossip segment.
Our first segment, hip-hop gossip 1.
Cool. So something else you wanted to talk about was like team building, and just like building chemistry and working with others in general. What do you think in terms of that?
We just been talking about just building a following in general, and if you want to build a big following, it's good to have some people in your corner. And I'm just used to working with just me and JK, and then I'm not going to go into any details about the music video, but we worked with some more people down there, and then just building that chemistry and making sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
And like if you can build good chemistry with people, like you need to have relationships in life in general. But definitely in business, like you gotta check your ego, because if people start coming to your shows and start messing with you, then back to square one. Like you really, I mean, if you want to be a rock star and be kind of an asshole, I guess that's cool, but you really gotta keep your relationships good. So that's very important to keep that in mind when you're starting to do more and more, especially with stuff like music videos and editing, things like that. Yeah, that was basically what I had about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. I definitely think having a team is important. I feel like we might have talked about this a little bit, but yeah, having a team is super important, is crucial to kind of building any kind of success or brand or anything like that. And you're just going to get more out of having more people around.
Right.
Like when we were shooting the video, one of the scenes we shot, I wasn't picturing in my head, like I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, let's just try it. And like, it came out super dope, and it's going to be part of the video. And so that's, just having that team of people that you trust and you like to work with. And with the chemistry too, it's like if you're working with people that you like and you enjoy their company, it makes working so much easier. Like we were out for like 4 or 5 hours. It literally felt like an hour,
in
maybe,
the freezing
because
cold.
we were just like having a blast.
Yeah,
recording the footage and everything.
We got some security detail.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. I'll try to find it though. In case
I remember.
What is it?
Jacob Bryant.
Jacob Bryant. Yep, his security team. We'll
redact his name.
But yeah. Look him up.
I remember his name. We'll redact it.
If you're watching, I got your business card right here. Actually, yep, Jacob Bryant. You nailed it. Find him on Facebook. It's Damage Control Security. So he said when we blow up to hit him up, there'll be our security detail and everything. So
put the link in the description.
Yeah, we'll put the link in there. Appreciate you, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate the love.
So yeah, having that chemistry doesn't feel like work. It's just like
all the
just
difference.
Having a good time, chilling.
Like I was out there, it's like, man, cold, my feet hurt. Like it was still fun though. Like, but if it was cold and my feet hurt, and I was working with people I didn't want to work with, and it made it so much worse. We were out there for like 5 hours, and it felt like 20 degrees, and it just felt like it went by in no time.
Yeah. And
then watching you guys edit, that was just like magic to me. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was just looking.
Yeah, it's a whole process. If you've never been involved in a music video, I know we're gonna really talk more once the video's done and everything and it's out. We'll dig into it more, but it's a whole process. It's way more than you can imagine. So when you're watching artist music videos, just know that a lot of time and effort and all that was put into it. So
yeah, it's more than just stepping in front of a camera and lip syncing your songs.
Yeah. Any scene that you see in a music video, there was probably that same shot taken multiple times along with a bunch of other shots, and they just picked and choose which shot to use, and it just happened to be that was the best shot that the filmmakers or the video producer.
Yeah. There's a little lesson too. If you are shooting a music video out there, make sure that you get more shots than you think you'll need.
Yeah.
Because you never know how it's going to look when you get back to the editing room.
Yeah, better to have too much than not enough. Especially when you're working with other people who aren't kind of in your normal group, your normal team. You want to make sure that you're respecting their time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
More to come on that, though. Radioactive Frequency.
To be continued. We need to get like a radioactive frequency tag.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
RF.
Somebody said RAF. I was like, RAF? Maybe. I don't know.
Raffle.
Cool. So I think we are now moving into our
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 segment.
2.
We're going to actually do something a little different this time. We're going to actually put it with an instrumental. Shout out to Thrshr.
Shout out to Thrshr Beats.
So we're going to use one of his beats. And, definitely find him on BeatStars. He also has a YouTube channel as well where he talks about music production and everything. So definitely check him out. Follow his social medias and YouTube channel and everything.
Link in the description.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it. Sweet 16.
All right. Yeah. Sucio. If I come off a little awkward cause I'm high and I'm shy, only relax around cameras when I'm in American Pie. Foreign chicks in my ride, always ready to slide. You and me don't speak the same language like a mail order bride. I keep it so real, you stay in your fields. You a studio vulture, circling my bars of steel. I enrapture the masses, while you sit on your asses. Can see more colorful sound if you was tripping on acid. Live that hippie life at Bonnaroo way back in the day. Like Hippie about to drop a collab album, they say. Won't have shit on the collab album between me and J.K. For real though, it's Sucio. Dirty toilet, got a nasty flow. Next up bros, I call the cold. Fans get hype like I got blow. You can fathom the depth of my rhymes, lower than Jack Cousteau. I make the pressure rise, don't do it for the industry, just for me and my guy, Sucio.
Yeah. Okay. 16 bars, you ask for 16 bars, well I got 16 Mars, chocolate, caramel, melting from the stars, and there's more where that came from, I got 16 more, saving up for a rainy day when it rains, it pours, storing all the essentials underneath of the floors, you know when shit hits the fan, they empty the stores, you never know when the world might break into war, better to be prepared than to get caught slipping, it's 2 minutes too late after that rain starts dripping, either way you will be tested to make a decision, you can get busy dying or you can get busy living, I choose to live, so I stay fighting these demons, giving life a new meaning, for everything there's a season, if you're still here breathing and believe there's a reason, no matter how poor, hurt, bent, broken or beaten, another sweet 16 in the books, that's the verse, woo, really did 18 in case you question the first two,
Sweet 16 part 2.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
And J.K.Forreal. It's Sweet 16. Sweet 16.
Nice.
All right, that's Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Nice.
Get your bars up.
Cool. So, next, we are getting into continuing to talk about like building a following and everything. And I think the question being posed is, is it important to still build a following in your hometown nowadays, or is it more beneficial to just, online trying to build a following up on your social medias and everything? So what do you think, Sucio?
I think it's a complex answer, case by case basis. It is definitely changing. I brought this up because when I was growing up playing bass with bands, there was an older guy I played in the band with. He had a lot of band experience, like years and years. He was in some pretty big bands. But he was very adamant. It's like, you have to build a following in your hometown before you go anywhere. He was very adamant about that. And he never said why. I'm assuming it's because, you always, like, I feel like you, like, give your hometown a voice it that way. And, like, it's like, oh, they came from here. Like, we can be proud of them. And you want, like, a place that you can go home to. I mean, if you want to be a hometown hero, that's another thing. But yeah, now like you can just be worldwide known just from on YouTube, just sitting in your room. But if you're if you're an artist that wants to tour, it's just like, I don't know. It's just different. Some people, they come from places where they shouldn't go back home. So I think it's just like a really complicated question. And with the internet, it's just making it more complex. So you kind of just like got to take it day by day as an artist and see what kind of needs you have, what you're trying to do. Write down your goals of what you want to do and take it from there. But it just is, as far as building a following, we've been talking about it a lot, I guess, because this is our first season. So we're building this up from the ground up. And it's just case by case. I don't know, I think it's something to think about, especially when you're coming up.
Yeah, like, I definitely feel like nowadays it's not as important.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely.
Just because you can literally reach anyone anywhere in the world at this point. I think having a hometown following is good. Because, I mean, really, if you think about it, that's where you kind of hustle and you start to, like, develop more as a performer in your hometown.
You need to build your roots.
Yeah, to kind of build the foundation and everything. That way, when you're at a point where it's time to travel and tour, it's like not any different. It just might be on a bigger stage or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like having having a hometown following, I think is useful. To really get your career going.
Oh yeah, it's definitely useful. It's just losing relevancy, and I just wonder if it'll just completely lose relevancy, like it just won't matter where you're from at all.
Yeah. Well, I know we've talked about this where it's like a lot of the times when, and this isn't just like rap and hip hop artists, this is like bands and musicians and producers and stuff. A lot of the time they get shown more love out of town than they do like in their own hometown. And for whatever the reason is, I feel like everyone's situation's different, but it's just interesting to me that that's a thing, where you can work super hard and you invite people out and you don't want to show up, and then you go to Philly, which is for us right down the street basically, and you'll get more love than you would in Wilmington, so that kind of goes against the whole thought of like, should I build what's the point of like trying to build it if I'm not going to get the support anyway?
Yeah. When
I could just go to Philly or even down to DC, or even New York's not that far either, because
in Delaware we just have that, we're geographically we're surrounded by a few major cities that you could take a day trip to.
Yeah.
So we have an option. So like people in Delaware that might be more inclined to go out. I know I played New York for a little bit one summer. Yeah, I don't know. It's just complicated. Like how much do you focus on your hometown now? Like, cause like eventually you want to get out there.
Yeah. I know for me, and I hope this doesn't change, but my thought process is I'd rather, because what happens, I feel like with a lot of Delaware artists and musicians and producers and stuff, is they end up moving out and they don't really show a whole lot of love back to Delaware,
Right.
And it's because like you could say that it's because Delaware didn't support them or whatever, but for me, I'd rather build a name while in Delaware and try to help other people be able to get to that same point, because like I said before, like there's so much talent in this area in Delaware, and it's the fact that there's not more people blowing up is crazy to me. But you gotta put the talent with the work ethic and with the focus and everything. And
I was listening to one of to Wiz's recent mixtapes, and at the end he had a clip of him at some interview, and he said that you're not cool in your city until you're cool outside of your city, because in your city everyone knows you, so they're not going to take you as seriously. Like they're not going to call you, I'm not going to call you Wiz, you're so and so to me.
Yeah.
And maybe they might oh, you want to be a rapper now, like, because people know you. So, but when you're cool outside of your city and you go back home, it's like, all right, you be represented for your city like he did. Like he's always talking about Pittsburgh, and so when he comes back home, he's gonna get that love. So like, even if you weren't a huge fan of where you came from, you should still, like, this place still made you.
Yeah.
So you should still show love, and people live here. So I guess it just goes back again to relationships.
Yep.
Very important.
For sure.
Not burning bridges.
Yeah. Even like I was thinking about it too when we're talking about like where we are in relation to other cities and stuff. It's like even like flying to Atlanta is not that expensive nowadays. You know, like take like a day trip or a weekend trip, fly down to Atlanta, hang out for a couple days. Yeah, exactly. It's no different than driving down to like DC or something.
New Orleans
or
is
driving to New York.
New Orleans is less than 3 hours. I was there for my sister's wedding back in March. And there's like New Orleans is a huge music city, so it's just like people, they call it busking. It's people that stand outside places and they play music and then they give you change and stuff like that, or hopefully not change, hopefully some dollar bills, at least
20s,
at least some 20s, a little something. But like it's just everywhere, so you can just go down there and just post up and play, and like all the musicians are awesome, even the street musicians. So like, and that's just, we go down there and just do like some, I don't know, play some shows. Even if we just stand on the street with a Bluetooth speaker and start rapping, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, just walking around and just walking up to people, like, yo, can we do a track for you or something?
Yeah, geographically.
There's plenty of ways to put yourself out there. You just gotta have the balls to do it. You know. So.
Delaware's definitely in a good spot geographically, though. You can definitely get to a lot of major places in a short amount of time. And spread your music there. But still, always try to show love back home.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Word.
Word.
So, next segment, new segment. We're figuring it out. Like you said, it's gonna take us a few episodes. We're gonna come up with some new stuff each time.
We building.
We decided we're gonna do kind of like an album review. And just pick an album. We'll both listen to it through the week, and then we'll kind of discuss it a little bit, share our thoughts, maybe pick a favorite tune from it or something.
Right.
And just see where it goes. So, what was the album this week?
So our first album review is going to be Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign, the Vultures 1 album.
Vultures 1, and that's, I think I heard it's going to be like a 3-part series or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
You say he's going to like release a new one every month.
Something like that. Yeah, I think that's what I heard. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Had to put a lot of music out, and it wasn't a short album either. It was 16 tracks or something like that. I forget off the top of my head. But he had quite a few tracks on it. Nowadays, people try to make like real short albums, like 7-8 tracks, maybe 10 tracks or something.
But one of the songs on there sound like it could have been on My Twisted Dark Fantasy. So like artists, they make so many songs that if they want to put something out, they don't feel like recording, then they'll just take some old tracks. Like I've heard artists be like, like they're putting out this new album, but it's like, it's just some old songs I found. So you never know. I can't remember the name of the song that reminded me. It might have been called Payback. But one of our favorite songs, the most notable one, probably one that people notice a lot, is Back to Me, where they sample the clip from Dogma. And I thought it was so funny because like 15 years ago, I would just watch, me and my friends, we just watch Kevin Smith movies at no end. So like I probably know the whole script to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Clerks. But Dogma, I haven't seen as many times, but I immediately recognized that voice as Jay. And I was like, wait a minute, that's definitely from Dogma. And then the fact that he made a whole hook out of it is so funny and like just so genius. Like who would think that?
Genius, literally, yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite tracks for sure. A lot of the music was like, it was just dope. Like Kanye, he's great at what he does, you know.
And then Ty's got that kind of like drony kind of voice that fit the aesthetic. It's like kind of like an ethereal. It wasn't like hard hip hop. It was like more spaced out. And so I thought, like the two of them together on the same album definitely fit.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what you think. Should we like try to rate the album, or should we? I need to do all that.
Rate it?
Why don't y'all rate it? Y'all put in the comments. It's a rating. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best.
Just leave your thoughts in the comments if you have an opinion, a strong opinion about this.
Yeah. But no, I think Kanye is like on a whole other level with everything. Like all the songs are just so well put together and stuff. The way the samples and stuff, it all just like it just works so well.
Yeah, like I don't know what his creative process is, but it's not about the creative process. It's about the final product.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this has nothing.
I don't know, man. It's about the process too.
The process, but people don't see the process. But they see the final product.
Yeah.
And then like this kind of, I was just thinking about this today. This has nothing to do with rap, but Metallica, they had the documentary Some Kind of Monster, I think. I don't know. In high school, my friend, he was a huge fan of Metallica. I mean, Metallica, they're good at what they do, but it's like if you heard one album, you heard them all.
Yeah.
But like they found their niche and they just rode that out for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And so whatever works for you. But watching them make it was just like, are they about to fall apart or something? Like they would, cause like they'll come in like, oh, I got a song idea for this, and they didn't like it. Like they would tell them, but it wasn't like constructive criticism. Like it was just mean. And they were going to group therapy, like couples counseling. They're like, when you say this, it makes me feel this way. And I'm looking like, these are rock stars? What the hell is this?
Yeah,
like, what is this album going to sound like? And then it showed them performing at the end of it, and it was like magic. I was like, man, like looking at the creative process, I would have thought that they were like a beginner band. I was borderline concerned. I'm not even a fan like that. I was like, what's going on? What's going on here? We got rock stars going to couples counseling, but you've been in a band with somebody for like 40 years, going on tour buses, smelling their farts, dealing with their drunken shit, and like it's got to turn into like an old marriage. I mean, the love still got to be there though. If they're willing to do that, I mean, they're like what? They're probably billionaires. They don't need Metallica.
Well, to be honest, I've heard of groups, regardless of genre. I've heard like there's groups who like aren't friends at all. Like they're just like they'll perform. Like the only time they see each other is when they're on stage, and they go to their own trailers, go to their own tour buses or whatever, and sleep in their own hotel rooms and shit. Like, but
right.
So. You can't, or I should say, you got to have like thick skin in the music industry in general, because you got to be ready to take those criticisms, like, and you can't control how people deliver the criticisms to you. You know what I mean? You can only control how you receive it, right? So, but you got to be prepared for people to be assholes, you know, and especially once you get to that higher level. There's a lot of people who aren't at that level who think they are and are assholes, and it's like, bro, like you're not there yet either. So relax. But
some artists just be like, just don't even read the comments. Don't read your album reviews, because people are going to have negative things to say. Some may have constructive criticism, but you got to keep in mind too that some people, they just don't want to see anybody shine.
Yeah.
And so they'll just lash out and just say mean things, whatever. And if you believe that, then it's going to affect your music. You'll see artists, they'll make a post and be like, I'm leaving social media for a while for a mental health break. And it's just like, I mean, it's fun and just cliche to say fuck my haters and all that, but I mean, there's only so much negativity anyone can take. Deep down in their core, I think that most people, they just want to be loved and accepted. Yeah, but you definitely got to have a thicker skin though.
Yeah, that's not even just like comments and stuff online, but that's like studio sessions and stuff too, you know, and like writing sessions like those dudes that you were talking about. Did you say it was Metallica?
Yeah, Metallica.
Like that, like there's gonna be times where someone's like, nah, I don't like it. And you just gotta be like, all right, well, what are we doing? You know, like what's next then? You know?
Yeah.
And you just gotta be ready to kind of move with it. You know, I feel like me and you have a really good chemistry. Like I feel like we have good chemistry when we're writing and stuff because we
Yeah.
definitely don't let our egos get in the way. It's just like what's gonna be best for the song,
yep.
you know, and that's 100% what it's about. Like how can we make this the best song possible? And if the lyrics or the flow isn't right, then like okay, well, what can we do to change it? How can we fix it? What can we do with the melody to make it more catchy? You know? Or,
Yeah, we actually like collab together. It's not like
Yeah.
you do your thing, I'll do my thing. I'll
Yeah.
write this hook, you write this hook.
yeah,
It's like very much a collab project.
yeah. Well, we should. I know we do have footage from like a session we did with Thrshr.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to record some more like session footage and stuff so you guys can check that out and see how we work and everything because it is very kind of like cohesive and it flows real nicely and I think it shows in the music too. Like when y'all hear the music we're gonna be putting out, it I think people are gonna be surprised. You know, some
Right.
people aren't gonna like it, and that's cool. You know, but I think there's
That's
definitely
okay.
gonna be people that are gonna like it, and hopefully they'll support and everything, and all that. Like you said, the Spotify now you can make donations from Spotify or whatever.
Yeah, you can cook up your Cash App.
But yeah, so I don't even know if we ever got off of the album review.
Oh, snap.
But I would definitely say check out Vultures 1.
If you haven't.
Yeah, if you haven't already. And you know, whether you like it or not, you can't deny that it's just genius. It's a work of art.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kanye's the man. We all know he's got other issues and stuff, but like
Some may be boycotting Kanye. But you know you're going to listen to the album.
yeah, but he's you can't deny his greatness when it comes to the music. So
Definitely not.
cool. Album review done. With a little with a long little sidetrack in the middle.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Yeah,
So that's our
facts.
first ever album review. We'll pick another album for next week. If you have any suggestions for albums that you want us to review, please put those in the comments because I always love listening to new music.
Heck yeah.
So that'd be cool too.
And I think it's important too is like if this is what we're doing, like no matter what, like we gotta be students of the game and we gotta we gotta do our due diligence, listen and
Know who's popping,
know.
what's popping.
and use that for inspiration too, you know, like hearing the stuff Kanye put on, I'm like, damn, man, like I gotta I suck, you know. Obviously like I'm confident in the stuff that we're doing, you know, but hearing the stuff Kanye puts out, it's just like, dang man. Gotta keep working, gotta keep grinding.
Yeah, he started somewhere. He's been doing this for Kanye's been out for a minute. Like 20 years was when College Dropout came out, I think. It's been a while.
Yeah,
And then he was at it long before then. It wasn't an overnight thing.
exactly. Yeah, because he was producing before
He was a producer and nobody
the
took him as a
artist
rapper for the longest time. Everyone was just like ignoring him as a rapper and they just wanted his beats.
Is that still on Netflix?
The Genius?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like it is. I feel like I've seen it when I was searching other stuff. If you haven't seen that, check that out. The Kanye documentary on Netflix, if it's on there.
Yeah. We'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, that's funny though, because there's like clips of him. He's like in the record label trying to like show people in the record label like the music, and they're just like, he's like rapping his heart out.
And they're
to
like,
the
oh,
music.
that's cool, Kanye.
Yeah, and then someone knocks on the door.
Standing
Like, oh,
on
yeah.
tables.
Like, okay, cool. And then they like get up, leave, and it's like, damn, man. So
He just kept going.
yeah,
It's the stuff they don't tell you about.
yeah, for sure. I think we got some time. You want to talk about the last topic?
All right. So Vince Staples has a new show on Netflix. It says limited series called The Vince Staples Show. And I saw Absol on his IG. He was posting stuff about it in his stories. I think Wiz was, and he had an interview on Sway, and I was like, man, I gotta check this out. Cause Vince Staples, like, I was never a huge fan of him like that, but I think he is really good. And he was, I should probably listen to him more. I do know the song North North. That's just hard. Anyway, he's on Sway, and he's talking about just like all the setbacks he had. He said that he had the whole show done, and Netflix was like, all of this is bad. And so he went back and redid the entire show. And he was talking about, but he was just like, okay, good notes. And he just like took that as constructive criticism and just did better. And he said he was taking classes all the time, and it's just like the stuff you don't see that he was talking about. He's just like a super humble, laid back guy too. So that's definitely a good interview to watch. His interview on Sway in the Morning, and he was saying in the show, so it's about race, and if like comedians, how they'll make fun of certain things about black people, certain things about white people, like stereotypes like that. So he had that in the show. So the show is funny, but he didn't write any jokes for it, which is like some kind of genius that's not going to be appreciated until after you're gone. Like, I don't know if there's anybody who's ever thought of writing a show like that. They're either like, I'm going to write a comedy or I'm going to write a drama. Yeah, I don't know how he pulled that off. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's like 5 episodes. They're 20 minutes long, so
Yeah, I watched.
I put that out there.
I kind of started to watch the first episode.
The first episode was kind of slow, but after the first episode, it gets so much better, and it's just funny. Like the episode where he's in the bank looking for a small business loan and he gets robbed.
Don't spoil too much.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but that's a good episode.
Word, yeah,
and it's on Netflix. It's not like you gotta go to the theaters to watch it. I'm not spoiling shit. Just pull up your phone and go on Netflix.
Right, watch it so you don't have to worry about people spoiling it.
Yeah.
Word, man. And it's literally called the Vince Staples Show, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's just him as a rapper living at home.
Oh man. Check that out.
Word. Well, you have anything else you want to talk about? Anything else on your mind?
Oh man, I think it was another successful episode, man. I think we got into some good topics.
Yeah.
Talking about in general building a following and building a team and stuff. All that's really important as artists. Regardless of your genre or whatever. It's important to have people around you that you vibe with and can help out and everything. We added some new segments and everything, so that's dope. Trying to make it a little more appealing to all of you that are tuning in and everything.
Just trying to incorporate more of the culture into it.
Yeah,
gotta keep what's current in here too, and it's just it's good motivation to like learn stuff so that you have stuff to talk about when we come here.
Yeah, for sure. We're not just like
talking about the same thing over and over again.
Like random general stuff. It's like some more focused stuff, I think. Yeah, I think that's...
And we'll talk about general stuff too.
Yeah, we'll mix it up. Cool. So, this is episode 3 of season 1 of Rap Diaries. That's pretty much what we got for you tonight.
Title 3.
What'd you say?
I said it's Title 3.
Titled 3. Put in the comments if you know what that reference is. But yeah, as always, if you have any ideas, feel free to put it in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow. Yeah. If you have any thoughts or if you agree or disagree with anything we talked about, we're open to to some thoughts
suggestions and
yeah, all that good stuff. So
constructive criticism.
yeah, for sure. Don't be jerks though. Keep it. Be nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Episode 3, season 1, Rap Diaries. Peace.
Peace.
Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries.